Hi there, and that brings us to the end of the modelling stage. Now, with over roughly 60 lectures on modelling, from 3D Max sort of overview to the modelling basics, right through to white boxing and high detail modelling, your skill set should be wide enough now to pretty much create anything you want. Like I said, I'm not a character artist, so I won't be showing you how to do those. But pretty much anything else, terrain based or any objects you could build using the techniques we've been through in this course so far. Now this is the document. If you remember this, we started using it doing the white box. I've just I hope you've been using this. It's really good to keep track of things. And I've been filling it in, and you can see here my high detail models, and I've put a little C in that one because that was a little challenge for you, so hopefully you did that. The tree stump I did away. It's very simple. You'll see it in a second when I load it up into 3D Studio, because I'm going to show you these extra objects I did that you didn't see me model, but I didn't use any techniques that you haven't learnt already, particularly the trees. We covered these 2 oak trees here, and then I built a few more using the exact same technique. So I filled those in. That's why they're slightly different colour. Grass and plants are going to be a different type of modelling and texturing. It's part of the foliage section that's coming up, so you'll get to see all those. Here's more objects that we created. All the hut, and there's a few more on the end that I've put in some hut stone props. The square, so they're just square cubes essentially that go underneath the hut to hold it up. Some fire objects to put inside the barrels so we can set them on fire, and the hut window and glass. And I showed you how to do that. Okay, so let's have a look in Max now. Okay, so here's some of the extra objects I built, just to give you a taste of them. Trees. These are silver birch trees, both of these, and you'll see them later when we start texturing and putting them into Unity. But I built these in exactly the same way as I built the oak trees. Nothing different. The only difference being is in style of tree. It is a silver birch, so they have a slightly different structure to an oak tree. An oak tree is all branches and wobbly, sort of old, gnarly, bark and things. But a silver birch is a lot sleeker. It's a lot. Here in the middle, we have a pine tree. Now, obviously, none of these trees have got foliage on. That's coming up in a new section, just foliage. And another silver birch tree, 2 silver birch trees and a pine tree, and I'll do another couple more of these. They're very simple, very straightforward to create, and these have all been UV mapped, but like I said, we're going to cover that next, I believe. Yes, so next up is UVs. So yeah, down here, this is the object that I'm going to put on top of the barrel to make it look like it's on fire. Some logs and some ash. I've got a few logs here, a tree stump which I just modified the white box version and embellished with polygons, and it'll look pretty cool once the texture goes on there. So a few simple extra objects, and I am planning on doing a lot more objects. So at the end of this course, what you'll have is a blank canvas, all textured, beautiful, hut in the forest, etc. But it will be essentially a blank canvas for you to, do what you want to, make it your own, basically. And after this course, I'm going to be adding bonus sections where I sort of customize the scene and add sort of details that kind of make it a bit more interesting in terms of a living space for a character. So that's the modelling section done. Like I said, now really from this point on you should practice modelling. I would say go forward, build some of these objects, build new objects, build extra objects, using all the techniques I taught you. Don't worry about UVs, don't worry about texturing, just concentrate on the models, get lots of models built, get familiar with building models. And once you've done that, then you can move on to the next section. But you should be armed with enough knowledge to build models at this stage. So I hope that's been useful. I hope you've been following it through. This is quite a big milestone to complete all the modeling side of things. And if you have any questions, or you'd like to learn something new, something extra, or I've done something that you're not sure about, or wasn't explained fully, or you want it in more detail, then just let me know. I'll see you in the next section.